Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me here on When I'm Not Podcasting. Normally, I would go and do a video version of the show where people can actually see my puss in front of a green screen, but I might still do those once in a while. But I actually want to go back to the more radio style because this is being broadcast to an audio and video audience. So I wanted to go and talk about Ellen DeGeneres and the latest news with her program now under fire because she is now, the show itself is now being looked at and more or less investigated by WarnerMedia, which runs the show. So in the story from Variety.com, Ellen DeGeneres' show Workplace is under investigation. We have talked about this several times here on When I'm Not Podcasting. Let me go into it. The Ellen DeGeneres Show has become the subject of an internal investigation by WarnerMedia following numerous accounts of workplace problems on the long-running daytime series. Executives from show producer Telepictures and distributor Warner Brothers Television sent a memo to staffers last week saying they have engaged WarnerMedia's employee relations group and a third-party firm who will then start interviewing current and former staffers about their experiences on set. A Warner Brothers Television spokesperson declined to comment on the matter. A rep for the Ellen DeGeneres Show did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. For a show that's been on, has it been 20 years or so, or close to it? This is a huge drop of an axe, because for what might be happening here, we might actually very well see a possible cancellation of the show altogether. Now, of course, it's under a summer hiatus, but with all this right here, the bad press is coming out. I mean, Variety.com is here talking about it. Could they really do something here to where the show could go away? And all the bad blood that came from it, the show will just go down in flames for internal strife over something that could have been handled because of the fact that I don't know if Ellen actually was necessarily involved in what was going on here, or she was just well masqueraded and just kept away and shadowed from everything that could be going on, and trusting the executives or the people that were working with her producers, executive producers, that were trying to say, oh, they're going to control the situation. Now, if for some of you that might have watched the HBO series The Late Shift, I just want to make sure, the HBO movie The Late Shift, excuse me, you might have remembered the story about how Jay Leno was being managed and the show was being produced. Initially, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Once he took the show over from Johnny Carson, it was produced, by Helen Kushnick. And Helen Kushnick was a battle axe. And she caused a lot of problems with who could go on the show and could not go on the Dave Letterman show, and so on and so forth, to the point where she was badgering the staff. Jay Leno was not aware of the situation. And all of a sudden, ultimately, from the way they read the story, Jay Leno ended up having to go ahead and let Helen go because Jay Leno could not take the heat of what was going on here. And he apologized to the staff, wanted to get things back on board. And obviously, he did well after that. But Ellen DeGeneres has not said a word about this. And obviously, she is hiding behind lawyers and hiding behind executive producers. And the network, the distributors of her program now have to intervene because of bad actors within her TV show. And I'll tell you, this is not going to turn out good because we already know what we've heard so far. BuzzFeed has reported on it. We've had the story here, and the Ellen DeGeneres Show, as we know it, might get canceled. Stay tuned. We'll learn more about it here on When I'm Not Podcasting. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the show on YouTube. And of course, go ahead and check out kingofamazon.com, which is my special Amazon link for anything you want to buy in terms of Amazon. And I'll talk to you later.